let's start with the analysis of unsymmetrical faults. And for the complete analysis, we have to assume the certain assumptions first. The first assumption is the generated EMF system is of positive sequence only. This is the main assumption, that the generated EMF system only positive sequence is there. Okay, no current flows in the network other than the fault current. That means load currents are neglected. Okay, only fault current is there in the system, and the impedance of the fault is 0. We have not considered the impedance for the fault, and R phase shall be taken as the reference phase. In all the derivations, we have to take the R phase as the reference phase. And in each case of the analysis of the unsymmetrical faults, the EMFs per phase are denoted by ER, EY, and EB, and terminal potential differences per phase are denoted by VR, EY, and VB. So these are the different notations we are going to use in our further analysis. And this one is the probability of occurrence of unsymmetrical faults. So in all, the probability for the three-phase faults, that is only 5%. Okay, very less. And for the line to ground faults, the 70% probability is there. That means most of the faults occurred in the system are of the category line to ground faults. Okay, and for the line to line faults, 15% probability is there. And for double line to ground fault, 10% probability is there. Okay, so these are the different probability of occurrence for the unsymmetrical faults. Now let's start with the analysis part for firstly for the single line to ground fault. Now consider a three-phase system with an earthed neutral. So see here the figure also. The neutral is earthed. Let a single line to ground fault occur on the red phase. So we are assuming here that our fault is there on the red phase only. As it is a single line to ground fault, so red phase is, see here, it is grounded. Okay. And so when the fault occurs on the red phase only, so VR is equal to 0. So these are the conditions. So VR is equal to 0 and IB and IY is equal to 0. No current flows through the blue phase and the yellow phase. Okay, and the voltage for the terminal voltage for the red phase is VY is there, V is also there, but VR is equal to 0. So now starting with the analysis. So firstly, writing the equations for the sequence components of current. So I naught, that means the zero sequence current. So this is equal to 1/3 of IR plus IY plus IB. So this is the same relation that we have done in our previous lecture. So I naught is equal to 1/3 IR plus IY plus IB, and as here IB and IY are 0. Okay, so just put down here, it comes out to be with IR divided by 3. And similarly, I1 also comes out to be IR divided by 3 because IY and IB are 0. So these are the equations that we have already done in our previous lecture. And I2 also comes out to be IR divided by 3. So from this it is concluded that the I0 is equal to I1 is equal to I2, and this is further equals to 1/3 of IR. Now let Z1, Z2 and Z0 be the positive, negative and zero sequence impedances of the generators respectively. So as from this relation, it is seen that the same current is flowing. All the three sequence current.
So this means that these three
sequence impedances,
they are connected in series. Okay, they are connected in series. So that's why when they are connected in series, only then the current flowing in them is equal. Okay, so this is the circuit diagram that is drawn as per these conditions. Okay, so it comes out to be Z1, Z2, Z0 in series, same current flowing through them, that is IR, and that is connected across a generator that is 3 times ER, because see here, the current is 1/3. Only if you connect here the current voltage generator as 3 ER, so then the current is IR. But if you connect here the current generator simply ER, then the current comes out to be IR by 3. Okay, as per the equations. Okay, so as the sequence currents produce the voltage drops due only to their respective sequence impedances. Therefore, now we have to write down the equations. As now see here from this circuit diagram, so ER it is equals to I1 Z1 plus I2 Z2 components. Okay, so this is the basic equation that ER is equals to this much. And as we know that VR is equals to 0. VR is equals to 0. I0, I1 and I2 are equal. So just put down these conditions here in this equation and you come up with ER is equals to I0 into Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0. Okay, and from this I0 comes to be equal to ER divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0. Okay, and from here IR is now equal to 3 times I0, that is 3 times this relation 3 ER Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0, and now this is our fault current. Okay, this is the fault current, the only current that is flowing in the red phase because the rest of the currents are zero. Okay, so this is the fault current, that is 3 times I0. Whether you write here I1 or I2 because these three are equal. Okay. And if we assume that if fault impedance be also there in the circuit, just I'm reading this line. The assumption made in arriving at expression number 1, this one, is that the fault impedance is 0. Okay, that we have already assumed in our initial assumptions that fault impedance is 0. So, however, if the fault impedance is ZE, then the expression for fault current becomes this one. Okay? If the fault impedance is there in the circuit, then it comes out to be 3ER divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0 plus 3 times ZE. Okay, so this is the fault current. Now for the phase voltages. Since in the starting we assume that the generated EMF is of the positive sequence only. Okay, and therefore E naught is equals to 0, E2 is equals to 0. That means 0 sequence component is 0 and negative sequence component is 0. The only sequence component that is present is positive sequence. So ER is equals to E1. Okay, now the different sequence voltages comes up with V1 is equal to, this is the basic equation, that is V1 is equals to ER minus I1 Z1, generated voltage minus the voltage drop. Okay, and ER minus what is I1? I1 is, all these three are equal. Okay, and I1 is equal to I0. This one, this is I1, this is I0, this is I2, the same. That is ER divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0. Okay, so just put down here I1 ER divided by this into Z1, this Z1. Just solve it and you come up with this equation. That is Z2 plus Z0 divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0 into ER. And similarly, this is the equation for the positive sequence component of terminal voltage. Okay, similarly, the negative sequence component, so this is equals to, where here it is E2 minus Z2 I2, but E2 is 0. Okay, so that's why here it is 0 minus Z2 I2. And just put down the value for I2. I2 is equals to ER divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z1. Okay. Similarly, the 0 sequence component for terminal voltage is 0 minus I0 Z0. Why here it is 0? Because E0 is 0. That's why. Okay, here. So this is the relation. And when you add these, no, V1 plus V2 plus V0, you come up with the 0 result. Okay, so it can be readily seen that V1 plus V2 plus V0 is equal to 0. Okay, and this is expected because the red phase is shorted to ground. So This is expected. Why? Because the fault is there on the red phase only. So the net voltage through the red phase VR is 0. That we have written in the starting also. That VR is equals to 0. And this VR is the sum of the three sequence voltages. Okay. So VR is equals to V0 plus V1 plus V2. That comes out to be 0. Okay. Here it is Z2 plus Z0. Here it is minus Z2. Here it is minus Z0. So on addition, this will gives you the 0 result. Okay, and Vy is equal to, this is the relation that we have derived earlier. So V0 plus A square V1 plus A V2, and similarly Vb is equals to V0 plus A V1 plus A square V2. So you can put down the values for V0, V1 and V2 and do the calculation for Vy and Vb. Okay, and now the conclusion part. So from this analysis, we have concluded that the fault current that is in the red phase, this is equals to 3 times ER divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0. Iy is equals to 0, Ib is equals to 0. That we have written earlier. Okay, and the three voltages in the phases, that is VR is equals to 0, Vy is equals to this much, and Vb is equals to this much. So this is all about the analysis for the single line to ground fault. Okay, the next analysis is line to line fault. Now for this, consider a line to line fault between the blue phase and the yellow phase lines. Okay, the conditions created by this fault leads to, now see here in this figure, here the neutral is again grounded. Okay, and the fault is between the two lines, okay, Iy and Ib. Okay, so when the fault is between the two lines, so these are the conditions that comes up in the system. So that is Vy is equal to Vb. The first condition, that is the terminal voltage for the yellow phase is equal to the terminal voltage for the blue phase, and IR is equals to 0. Okay, the no current flows in the red phase, and Iy plus Ib is equals to 0. Okay, so these are the conditions when the line to line fault is there in the system. Okay. And again, taking R phase as the reference phase. So in all the derivations, we are going to take the R phase as the reference phase. So I naught, that is the zero sequence current, comes up with 1 by 3 of IR plus IY plus IB. This is the basic formula that we have covered earlier also. Okay, I naught is equals to 1 by 3 of the sum of the three phase currents, and as Iy plus Ib is equals to 0, this component, and IR is also equals to 0, so I naught is equal to 0. So that means the zero sequence component of current is 0 for the line to line fault. And as Vy is equals to Vb, okay, so just put down their complete formulas. So Vy is equals to V naught plus A square V1 plus A V2, and Vb is equals to V naught plus A V1 plus A square V2. V naught, V1 and V2 are the sequence voltages. Okay, and as just as V naught cancel on both sides, take V1 on one side, here it comes in the bracket A square minus A, and V2 on the other side A square minus A. So this component also cancel out, and we are left with that V1 is equal to. Okay, so this is the next conclusion part for the line to line fault, that key positive sequence voltage is equal to the negative sequence voltage. Okay. And as Iy plus Ib is equals to 0, okay, that we have written earlier also. So put down their complete formulas. So here Iy is equals to I naught plus A square I1 plus A I2, and Ib is equals to I naught plus A I1 plus A square I2, that is equals to 0. Okay, and so just solve them, so it comes out to be I naught plus I naught 2 I naught, and I1 that is A square plus A and A square plus A. So this is the relation, and so here comes up with I naught is equals to 0 here, it is calculated. I naught is equals to 0. So we are left with I1 plus I2 that is equals to 0. If this component is 0, so we are left with a square plus a into I1 plus I2 is equals to 0. So I1 plus I2 is also equals to 0. And by seeing this relation, so from this relation, it is observed the type of the network now. So the type of the network will appear like the Z1 and Z2 arranged like this. So here is the current I1 in Z1. Here is the current I2 in Z2. The voltage across the Z2 is V2 and here the voltage across this is V1. The generated voltage EMF is ER. Only the reference voltage is there. Now, from the examination of expression number 1 and expression 2 reveals that the sequence impedance should be connected as shown in this figure. So it is clear from the figure that I1 is equal to minus I2 from here. Okay, I1 comes out to be minus times I2. So I1 is equal to minus I2 is equal to ER divided by Z1 plus Z2. From where this comes? From this network circuit. Okay, so from here it comes out to be ER divided by Z1 plus Z2. Okay. And therefore IY is equal to I naught plus A square I1 plus A I2 and I naught is 0. Okay, I naught is 0. A square I1 this much plus A I2 negative of this relation. Just solve it and here it comes with A square minus A ER divided by Z1 plus Z2. What is A square minus A? It is minus J root 3 that we have already covered in our previous lecture. Okay, it's a minus J square root of 3. So the final relation and this IY, it is also equal to minus times IB. Okay, so we are come up with now the 3 phase currents. So IR is 0, IY has this formula and IB is the negative of this formula. Okay, and now the phase voltages. Since the generated EMF system is of the positive phase sequence only, the sequence components of EMFs in the red phase are, so E0 is 0, E2 is equals to 0 because only positive phase sequence component is 0. So ER is equal to E1 only. So V1, as we have done in our previous analysis, na, so it is done like the same. So V1 is equals to ER minus I1 Z1. Okay, and ER minus what is I1 that we have calculated here. So I1 comes out to be ER divided by Z1 plus Z2. And it is ER minus ER divided by Z1 plus Z2 into Z. Okay, this Z1. And just solve it and you come up with Z2 divided by Z1 plus Z2 into ER. And similarly, V2 is 0 minus I2 Z2. Why 0? Because E2 is 0. Here it is again 0 because E naught is 0. So it is just I2 is this much and into ER. Okay. And I naught is 0. We know that the I naught is equals to 0. So we come up with this relation. Okay. So these are the 3 sequence voltages, terminal voltages are there. Okay. Now you have to do the calculation for the phase voltages finally. So VR is equals to, we know the formula, that is V naught plus V1 plus V2. Just add them. V naught is 0, V1 is just calculated this much, V2 is this much, and just put down their values and you come up with 2 times Z2 divided by Z1 plus Z2 into ER. Similarly, Vy is, this is the formula, V naught plus A square V1 plus A into V2. Okay, and just put down the values for V0, V1 and V2 and solve it. You come up with A square plus A into Z2 divided by Z1 plus Z2 into ER. So what is A square plus A? That is equal to minus 1. Because we know the relation that 1 plus A square
is equal to 0. Okay, so A square
comes out to be minus 1. And similarly for Vy, it comes out to be this much. And similarly Vb, it is also equal to this. Same relations are there for Vy and Vb, as we have also written here
in the starting, that Vy is equal to Vb. Okay, the same relations are there. So that's why. And
now the final conclusion part for this line to line fault. So three currents in the three phases. IR is 0. Iy is equals to minus times Ib is equals to minus j root 3 ER divided by Z1 plus Z2. And Vy is equals to Vb is equals to minus Z2 divided by Z1 plus Z2 into ER. And Vr is equals to 2Z2 divided by Z1 plus Z2 into ER. So these are the final results for line to line
category.
complete
Analysis for the line to line fault.
So now let's start with the double line to ground fault, the analysis. And consider the double line to ground fault involving the lines Y and B, these two lines, and ground part. Okay, so this fault will appear like this. And when the fault occurs for this category, so the conditions that are there in the circuit be IR is equal to 0. Okay, current in the red phase is 0. Vy is equal to Vb is equal to 0. Okay, here you have seen that when the fault is only in the two lines, then Vy is equal to Vb, but not equal to 0. But here, when the double line to ground fault, the fault is there in the two lines, but it is grounded. So that's why that comes out to be Vy is equal to Vb is equal to 0. Okay, and when you are going to apply these conditions now, so it is implied that if V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V0 comes up with the VR divided by 3. So how it comes? These are the same equations like as we have written earlier in the first analysis as here also. Okay, here this is the same condition but in the form of currents, that IB is equal to Iy is equal to 0. Okay, but in the case of the double line to ground fault, we have the same condition but in the form of voltages. So you have to just apply the same equations like this and put down the conditions but in the form of voltages now. Okay, and you got this result now. So here in the double line to ground fault, we are again going to apply the same equations like V naught is equals to VR plus Vy plus Vb. Vy and Vb are 0, so it comes out to be VR by 3. And similarly for V2 and V1. So all three sequence voltages, terminal voltages are equal for the double line to ground fault, and they are equal to VR divided by 3. Just remind it. Okay, and IR is equals to 0. So it is the condition as per this fault, and this is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I0 is equal to 0. Okay, it is given. And so from these conditions, so it is observed that the circuit will look like this. Okay, there will be three sequence impedances, Z0, Z1 and Z2. All are connected in parallel. Okay, or you say Z1 is in series with E1. Z1 is a positive sequence. It is in series with ER. Okay, which is in parallel with the parallel combination of Z2 and Z0, like this. Okay, and these are the three terminal voltages across these three sequence impedances, the three sequence currents. Okay, and from this circuit diagram, I1 comes up with ER divided by Z1 plus parallel combination. Z2 Z0 divided by Z2 plus. It is equals to minus I1 into Z0 divided by Z2 plus Z0. So this is I2. Okay. And similarly, I naught, this is equal to minus I1 into Z2 divided by Z2 plus Z. Okay, so these are the three sequence currents for the double line to ground. And therefore the fault current that is equals to IY plus IB. So this is the fault current, IY plus IB. So IY plus IB, that is equals to 3 times I naught. Okay, so this comes out to be the 3 times I naught, and it is further equal to 3 times, that is I naught, this much, minus I1 into Z2 divided by Z2 plus Z. And just put down here the formula for I1. So this is I1, this one is here I1, and just solve it and you come up with this formula for the fault current. So the fault current for the double line to ground fault is, the formula is minus 3 Z2 into ER divided by Z1 Z0, Z0 Z2 and Z1 Z2. So this is the current formula for current. So now the phase voltages. So as the sequence voltages for the R phase, so it is V1 is equals to ER minus I1 Z1. As only the positive sequence is there, so no negative or zero sequence is there. So V2 is equals to 0 minus I2 Z2. V0 is equals to 0 minus I0 Z. Okay, and this relation is there. We have derived in the starting that V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V0 is 1 by 3 of VR. Okay, and therefore VR comes out to be V1 plus V2 plus V0. So it is equals to 3 times V2. Okay, so this is equals to 3 times V2, or you can write it here anything, V1 or V0. Okay, and similarly Vy is equals to a square V1 plus a V2 plus V0. So all these three are equal, just take them common, 1 V2 and a square plus a plus 1. So this is 0, we know that this relation is 0, so Vy comes out to be 0. And similarly VB, so this is again comes out to be 0. So this is our assumed, our starting conditions, that Vy is equal to Vb is equal to 0 are derived also from here. Now this is a complete analysis for the double line to ground fault. So these are the three phase voltages, VR, Vy and Vb, and here these are the currents, Iy, Ib. Okay, and this one is the fault current. Okay, IR is equal to 0. So this is all about the analysis part for the different types of the unsymmetrical faults, that is the single line to ground fault, then line to line fault, and then the double line to ground fault. Now let's see this numerical related to the different faults. So assume a system with a sustained supply voltage of 2300 volt from line to neutral. Okay, the line impedance are Z1 is equals to J10 ohm, Z2 is equals to J8 ohm, Z0 is equals to 10 plus J12 ohm. These are the sequence impedances, Z0, Z1, Z2. So find the fault current. Firstly for the single line to ground fault, then line to line fault, and then for the three phase fault. Now for the single line to ground fault, we know that the formula for the fault current is 3 times EA divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0, that we have already derived. Okay, so just put down the values. 3 times EA, E is 2300, and 3 sequence impedances that are given in the question. Okay, so this comes out, just solve it and we got this as answer 218 angle of minus 71.56 degree. Okay, and now for the line to line fault, So for line to line fault, when the fault occurs between the B and C line, okay, here it's not R by B, here it is A, B, C. So between B and C line, so IB is equal to IC and IA naught is equal to 0. So IA1 is equal to minus IA2. So these are some of the conditions. And IB is equal to IB1 plus IB2 plus IB naught. That is the sum of the sequence components for that particular phase. Okay, and it is further equal to A square I1 and minus AI-A1 plus 0 because this IA naught is 0. Okay, so it is A square plus A into IA1. So that comes up with minus root 3 into IA1. Okay, so or you just apply directly this formula that IB it is equals to root 3 EA divided by Z1 plus Z. Okay, and root 3 is equals to 2300 divided by J18, and this is the result to 21.32. Okay, now for the three-phase fault, as all the currents are equal for the three-phase fault, so it comes up with only EA divided by Z1. Why Z1 is only there? Because we know that for the three-phase, it is a symmetrical type fault, and only the positive sequence component is there in the circuit. So that's why there is only Z1. So it comes up with 2300 divided by J10, and upon solving it will gives you minus J to 30 amperes. So this is how you are just going to apply the formulas for calculating the fault currents in the different categories for the given data. And see the next numerical now. A three-phase generator with a constant terminal voltage of 2000 volts gives the following current when under fault 1400 ampere. So this one is the fault current. It's given in the circuit. Question. For a line to line fault and 2200 ampere for line to ground fault. Okay. So if there is the line to line fault, then it is 1400. And if there is the line to ground fault, then there is 2200. If the positive sequence generated voltage to neutral is 2 ohms, so this one is a positive sequence. Okay, Z1 is given actually. Z1 is given 2 ohms. Find the reactance of the negative and 0 sequence currents. That means you have to find Z2 and Z0. Z1 is given, fault currents are given for different categories, voltage is given, and you have to find out Z2 and Z0. Okay, now see the first case when there is line to line fault is there. Okay, for the category of line to line fault. Now consider the conditions with respect to the line to line fault, and this is the formula for the line to line fault, that is IA1 is equals to EA1 divided by Z1 plus Z2, and fault current is equals to IB is equals to minus IC into root 3 IA1 that we have just applied in this numerical also. And root 3 EA1 divided by Z1 plus Z. Okay, so from here Z1 plus Z2 comes equal to root 3 EA1 divided by IF, that is the fault current, and it is given in the question 1400. Okay, Z1 is also given 2. Z2 you have to calculate. Root 3, voltage is given 2000, fault current is given 1400. Okay, so this is just put down the values, do the calculation, and Z2 comes up with 0.474 ohms. Okay. Now, while applying the second condition of line to ground fault. Okay, now for line to ground fault, so this is the formula. Okay, this is the formula for fault current IA1, that is equals to 3 EA1 divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0, and the fault current is equal to 3 times IA1, that is 3 EA1 divided by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0. And just put down all the values and do the calculation for Z0, and it comes up with 0.253 ohms. Okay, so this is the answer for the reactance of the negative and zero sequence currents. Okay, and see one more numerical. A generator rated 11 kV 20 MVA has reactances X1 15%, X1 means positive sequence reactance, X2 negative sequence that is 10% and zero sequence reactance 20%. Now this numerical is in the form of per units. Okay. Find the reactances in ohms that are required to limit the fault current to 2 per unit when a line to ground fault occurs. So this is the fault current 2 per unit when line to ground fault occurs. So repeat the analysis for double line to ground fault also and for a fault current of 2 per unit. Okay. So for this, consider the case A when line to ground fault is there. Okay, when line to ground fault is there. So this is the formula. Fault current is equals to 3 times EA divided by J x1 plus x2 plus x0, because here the impedance values are not given. Here the reactance values are given. Okay, and just put down the values. Fault current it is given in the question 2 is equal to 3 multiplied by EA, that is taken as a reference 1 angle 0 degree. Okay, divided by J 0.15, J 0.1 and J 0.2 plus 3xn. Okay, so this one is also taken as the fault impedance. And solving, we got 3xn is equals to 2.1 per unit. Okay, or 2.1 if we have to calculate in the terms of ohms, na, so just multiply it with the ZB. So what is the base impedance? How the base impedance is calculated? So it is the kV square divided by MVA. Okay, that we have covered the formula when we have done the chapter per unit system. Okay, so it is 2.1 multiplied by kV square, that is 11 square, divided by MVA, that is 20, and solve it and you got this xn is 4.235 ohms in terms of ohms. Okay, now consider the case 2 when there is the line to double line to ground fault is there in the system, but the fault current is 2 per unit, same. Okay, so when the double line to ground fault is there in the system, so this is a formula to calculate the fault current. So it is 3 times minus IA1 x2 divided by x2 plus x0 plus 3xn, and this is equal to 2 as it is given in the question. Okay, and what is IA1? This is equal to this much. Okay, and just put down all the values. X1 EA is there in the question, IA is there, that is 2. Okay, X1 is there, X2 is there, X0 is there, Xn we have just calculated. Now you can recalculate it for this double line to ground fault and just solve it for Xn. Okay, so it comes out to be 0.078 in terms of per unit, and convert it into the ohms by following this same procedure, kV square divided by MVA, and we got the answer in terms of ohms. Okay, so these type of numericals will be there for these unsymmetrical faults topics. So this is all about for today's lecture, and today we have covered the topics related to the unsymmetrical faults like line to ground fault, complete analysis, then line to line fault, and then double line to ground fault, and then some of the numericals. Okay, so this is all about today's lecture, and thank you.